the calculation of yugas changed from Treta Yuga. It is not like 864 and 1284 and all that. So it was much lesser. Even they say 5,000 years or something. They say those days. So our calculation of yuga doesn't match with the previous Treta Yuga times. That's Krita Yuga and all that. That's the logic. And second logic is that Sri Lanka was never as close as it is right now. In Treta Yuga time, it was further away, and then because of the movement of land mass, it came near to India. So this Yojana may be correct, like 500 miles. So over the years, it has come.
One second. Let's connect the dots here. I was thinking that this galactic movement is there over so many. It takes thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years for Sri Lanka to come from 500 miles away, 500 miles away to
30 miles.
30 miles. Okay, it doesn't take 5,000 years. It takes million years. I could understand that. So I could connect that. Okay, over million years, Sri Lanka has come this far. Now, if we are saying this article said that 6,000 BCE is Ramayana. 6,000 and Kali Yuga is there's hardly 1,000 years between the two. This movement is not possible in such a short span of time. So something is not connecting, Satish. Something is not connecting. I'm ready to accept any data point as long as we can connect the dots. So Yuga definition. Okay, I like to see some article on that, some research on this Yuga. What was the definition of Yuga there? But still, if the galactic movement has to be there, we have to give a lot of time. We can't simply say a few thousand years. Not acceptable. So
they say it's a huge island that got submerged. There's a name for that. That is now, even now it is there.
Kumarikandam.
That is in Indian Ocean. It is submerged. So the Sri Lanka was part of that northern part.
Okay. Yeah, that also I've heard. A big island is there, but so that's why the waters are all shallow there, is what I've heard. And so there is some land below the water. Anyway, we need to just connect the dots.
Guruji, another thing is that 500-mile movement to 30-mile, then the direction of the bridge is also wrong, right?
Why do you say that?
Because then the bridges, this has now come to the eastern side, southeastern side. And actually, if you're looking at the 500-mile, it is directly south.
No, how do you say 500 is directly south?
Because you hit other landmass if you travel east within 500 miles.
Oh, you will? Is that what it is?
I mean, that is some research I have seen. So they are looking at directly south.
So what is there 500 miles east of Rameshwaram? Is there landmass? We need to look at the globe now.
Yeah. So, but the bridge, so 500-mile bridge becomes 30-mile bridge?
Yeah, so we have to research all that, Narayan.
Yeah.
See the bridge. If you see the picture of the bridge that NASA has taken, the bridge is visible from India. It is visible. Then after that, it's not visible. It goes under the water. It seems to go towards Sri Lanka. Okay. We have to, a lot more research has to be done on this.
Yeah.
Right. So now I spent some time reading, and last 1 week, 2 weeks, I read a lot of articles on this. I thought I connected some dots, but then some article that Raghuji sent, and then he's saying 6,000 BC, and then I not working out.
I read somewhere about 13,000 BC and all that. 13,000, 15,000 BC.
Nilesh Oak says it's 10,000 to 13,000 BC.
That is when Rigveda came, they said.
Rigveda is supposed to be 22,000 BC.
Now, okay, what does Nilesh Oak say about 100 yojanas. Yojana is not for 5 miles. Is it now what? Half a mile or something? Is that what he's saying? Or
Mhm.
quarter mile? If you say quarter mile, okay, 25 miles. All right, that we can accept. From Kishkinda, okay, you go all the way, not from Rameshwaram, but from Kishkinda all the way to some interior Sri Lanka. Okay, that could be 30, 40. So I mean, I need to see all that. One data point will not help me. I have to put all the data points in the map, then we have to see.
Now,
So
when
I'm
we
so
went to Rameshwaram, there was a place. They showed this is the place where Hanuman took a leap towards Sri Lanka. Even now they say that
okay.
it's kind of a height place. I forgot the name of the place. It's a small village. So they say this is the place where it started a journey towards the Sri Lanka.
Yeah. So I think we should give credence to all those things, unless somebody can prove otherwise, because this spoken word is so important. It keeps coming. That's what tradition is. And so when somebody says that, you ask them, how did you know this? No, that's what they say here. My parents used to say, my grandparents said it. Okay, ask the grandparent, how did you know it? And so it keeps coming that way. So there should be some truth to that. We have to give that benefit of doubt. And yeah, I think proper research will tell us exactly what is what. I think so. Maybe Ramayana was not million years ago. Maybe it is 10,000 years ago. If so, all this Yojana and all, let's figure out. Maybe it's not Sri Lanka. Maybe it is some other island. Maybe it is Maldives.
It's called
If it is
Sethukarai. That is the place.
correct. If it is Maldives, then they should be talking about Rama and Sita. Guaranteed. Any place where Rama went, people have to talk about Sri Rama. That too recently, 5,000 years back, 10,000 years back. That's recent. So,
But in Sri Lanka, they talk about Ashokavanam.
Sri Lanka, they have a lot. In fact, they preserve Ashokavanam and all much better than we preserve our.
Even a Ravana's palace, they say.
Yeah, they do a better job of preserving it.
So if the entire thing is based on the calculation of the yojana, if the yojana measurement changes, a lot of things may fall into place.
I hope so. I think so. Right now, there is only data point I have. Yojana.
But this confusion is coming because of the yojana being 5 to 8 miles.
Also, if the starting point were to be Kishkinda, then 500 matches.
But no, it cannot be Kishkinda because Hanuman came up to the ocean.
Correct. That's what. Yeah. So whether he took off from Kishkinda to landmass and then flew, so we don't know. Supposing had he flew from Kishkinda up to, then it is 500.
Yeah, we have to say that it's a long distance only. Not that exactly it is a poetic imagination distance. It is not a measured distance. We have to take that way.
Yeah.
It's a poetic,
as the crow flies.
Poetic distance of 100 yojanas.
Good. So this is the type of discussion that has to happen. And was it just like some people say, yeah, sometimes the yojana is don't take it as a literal meter or little mile. You don't take it like that. Take it as a mile is a long distance. That to fly a mile, flying a mile is a long distance. So
that's why everything they say 100,000, 10,000, they say from Laksham. And all they say it's not that exact measurement or amount or something. It's a measure, so to say.
So Ramaji, one day you can sit like this and talk, but researchers for them this is their bread and butter, and so they have to look at all this, and they might come to that same conclusion that you're saying, but they have to come to that. They have to do some. They have to justify that.
And just one thought, Guruji, why not people who are interested make a visit to Ayodhya?
Like we can't see you. We can't see you, Satish.
No, make a visit to Ayodhya sometime.
Yeah. Now it's easier to visit Ayodhya. I think so. Let's do that.
Guruji, we are there in Ayodhya in March 19, 2021.
Okay. So you can be like Lakshmana clearing the way for all the rest of the people, and then clear it up, and then let us know what are the things to do and not to do.
But it's very difficult to get accommodation. Very difficult. You're not getting rooms at all in Ayodhya.
Maybe 6 months down the line. Maybe.
Yeah,
Well-
6 months down the line, you may get accommodation. Yeah, but
Someone
it's
was gone there who was invited. He was telling he stayed in Lucknow and drove down that day. It was 140 kilometers or 150 kilometers from
Roads are very good. Roads are good.
Lucknow. Are good, but he says it was a green corridor that day, so I could reach in 2 hours,
Mhm.
not in other days.
March will be better, is it, Narayanan?
so we are booked for March because we wanted to go before the summer comes on in full steam. So we are going along with our Veda Guru. Professor Mahadevan is also joining us.
Very good. Very good. Very
Karthik,
good. Yeah. Karthik is coming.
yeah, Karthik, Professor Mahadevan and his wife, our Ramakrishna Guruji and his wife, and a couple of other relatives. My sister-in-law is coming.
Okay. Good, good. No, I think that becomes more and more people.
We are doing the trip Prayag, Kashi, Gaya, again Kashi, Ayodhya, Naimisharanya.
That's good. Good trip. We did that in 2018.
It's an 11-day trip we are doing.
I see. I see.
About 14 of us.
Okay. So what is that?
14 people.
Okay. Good. Now that will be very good. That will be very good. Gaya also, Naimisharanya. So you should go to these places, and you all. I think you all will do that. So chant Valmiki Ramayana, some sections.
So there's a full Sundakanda Parayana which is planned.
Okay. Good.
And I think it takes about 9 hours or something.
Yeah.
So they are planned. So Professor Mahadevan is joining for that reason.
Very good. Very good.
One of the ashrams in Ayodhya, they are doing that.
Okay.
So in Chakratirtha, you take a bath in Naimisharanya. It's good one. They say it is a Brahma's created lake, or not lake, kind of source of water from there and all that. So it's a well where the water circulates. So you take a bath in that.
Naimisharanya is the place where Bhagavatam was created, right?
There is a Satyanarayan temple. Satyanarayan temple there.
Satyanarayana temple. So we're staying there one night. We're staying there.
Once our Bhagavatam group went there to do Saptavakam, Bhagavata Saptavakam.
Next week we're going to Sabrimala, Guruji.
I remember Gayatri had gone there.
So
No,
next
I
week,
didn't go, Guruji.
Last year
I didn't go
you were
to
there, no?
Naimisharanyam. No.
Illa, you went to some Gujarat or someplace. Where did you go?
Gujarat, Dwaraka.
Dwarka, right. I remember that. Yeah.
Dwaraka. We did, they had Rudra Parayanam, Atirudram. Also, the Bhagavata Parayanam, Saptavakam we had.
Correct.
We did
Correct.
Bhagavata Parayanam, then Narayaniyam, Sampurnam, everything we did there in Dwaraka.
Very good. Very good.
next week me and Karthik are going to Sabrimala.
Okay. Good. Very good. Very good.
Don't visit Vavar Baba.
Have you?
Some creation of a Muslim guy and all that. So it's a
No,
waste.
they don't usually go to Erimeli all time. Erimeli, they go only during the January, that Magaram time. Otherwise, it doesn't come in the route. It comes in the long route only when you go by walking. Otherwise, you don't need to go to Erimeli.
Correct.
Vaidyanathan, go ahead.
I'll quit.
Yeah, Jaikumar ji, namaste. Yesterday I saw the full Prana Pratishtha, on Narendra Modi's YouTube channel. And it was very, very nice, to see the whole thing, because they had done that video recording extremely well. I don't know if if people in our class have seen it. If they have not seen it, go to the Narendra Modi channel and see it. It's about 2.5 hours long, but really, really good. And you'll get
I
a
watched
good
it live.
darshan of Ramchandra also. I wanted to ask you a question. And then also the speeches were very good. I mean, there was a speech by Swamiji, I forget his name, one of the trustees. He spoke really, really well.
Govindagiri.
Huh?
Govindagiri.
Govindagiriji, yeah. He even quoted Kanchi Paramacharya. He said he was my guru's guru, like that, Paramaguru. And then also Modiji's speech was exceptional. And the speech by Bhagwat ji also. First time I'm hearing him speak actually. He said, Ram to aa gaya, abhi hum kya karenge? So he said, what should the people of the country do? And that also what he said was that, now there are things one should do. And then he basically said, take everyone together. You're all one family. And then he also mentioned karuna, tapas, and samyam, discipline. So these are the things we want. And he said, if you do all this, then India will become Ram Rajya. And I had a question for you, Jaykumarji. Do you know if from Arsha Vidya Gurukulam or Arsha Vidya Parampara, the Swamiji Sampradaya, if somebody, of course, Adi Shankara Sampradaya, but somebody was there, like Swami Paramatmananda or somebody like that?
Many Swamis went from our parampara. Many Swamis went. And our Jayashankar Narayanan also went.
Kalalakurti.
And so he had posted many pictures of the 2 days before the Prana Pratishtha. And so many Swamis were there. Our Sampradaya Swamis were there. Not Paramarthananda, Paramatmananda, all the big names were not there. I don't think so. Sakshatji also, I don't think went. He went to this Tirudai Marudur chariot festival. So he was there.
I see.
Yeah. But not the Ayodhya, not to Ayodhya.
Yeah. And Jaykumarji, you may agree that the Sirudai Marudur Ter revival by Puja Swamiji back in 2010, I feel as a direct connection with the revival of Sanatana Dharma that is happening today. Reason is Paramacharya himself had said apparently when the Tirudai Marudur Ter will be revived, because it had not been run for 70 years. He said when it will be revived, Sanatana Dharma will be revived in India.
Yeah, that's a very profound statement by Paramacharya. And it tells us the importance of it is the Tirudai Marudur is like a symbol of all the temples of southern India. It's a pillar of Sanatana Dharma of southern India, let's say. And so that forgotten chariot there, what a
After that, the chariots were also created nearby temples and all.
okay, I see. Yeah, that's exactly. That's what it will do. All the other local temples will start talking. How about our chariot? How about ours? How about ours? So I visited Tirudai Marudur when these architects were carving the wood for that chariot. Okay, so they had got wood from the existing chariot, and it's a huge activity. I remember a lot of sculptors, the sthapatis, and all were working at that time. The giant task it was. And Swamiji had raised funds for that, and specifically it was a big event. And one of the things that also happened at that time is this Shiva temples of southern India, especially. They have this tradition. Oduvar tradition is there. Oduvar means there are some people who sing the Saivite songs written by our, Tirumurai. So there are these thousands of songs in 12 chapters, and Tirumurai, Devaram, okay, all these, the rishis have Tirumandiram. They've all written, and the songs are Shiva songs, and they are supposed to be chanted during and towards the end of every puja in this Shiva temple. They are called Oduvas. Those people are called Oduvas. And so the Oduva tradition was dying down. And so Swamiji revived that tradition. And on that particular consecration of the temple chariot, in Tirudaimarudur, this Swamiji had organized that event where Oduvars would come and sing. And so the Oduvars of Tamil Nadu, for the first time in their life, and they all gathered, and 1,000 plus were there, and they were singing. And I heard the experience from somebody, they were narrating. I think the whole city and surroundings, they were just moved to tears because that voice, 1,000 people singing. And it was just, the Shiva had just come that day. That is how they explained it. And so anyway, some of you know our trustee Srinivasanji. He is the person who was given the responsibility of continuing that support of the Oduvar every year. So after that, what happened? Swamiji was financially supporting the Oduvars. Several of them, some 60, 70 people identified, and then supporting them. And they are supposed to go teach also, not simply sing at the temple. They have to teach and young children. So Srinivasanji is still doing that, and difficult to sustain. He identified some Oduvars. They were there here in Anekatti recently also, 3 months ago, and I met in.
When they had come to Anekatti. Once when I went to Anekatti, they were there, the program was there, the chanting and all was there.
Correct, exactly. So Kanchi Paramacharya's statement, I think, is you could see it. He identified that temple as an important, the fulcrum of Sanatana Dharma, Southern India. That's why he must have said that. Very good. All right. So we will conclude with that.
In fact, that entire Purvanga Bhaga of the Prana Pratisthana was done by Kanchi Acharya. He spent about 3 months there. So there are a lot of videos of Kanchi Acharya before the Prana Pratishtha, preparing the pedestal, the puja, all that being done.
Yeah, I saw one video, but then I also saw the Acharya coming, Shankaracharya coming 1 day or so before the Prana Pratishtha. He come again and he was.
He had put some Yandra and all below that Ram Lalla.
He was received.
They did 3 months of Homa Puja and all there. And after the Prana Pratisthana, it has been taken over by I think it is Puttur Matadipati. He is doing 40-day Homa and Yagna there in Ayodhya. Uttara Bhaga.
Pejawar
Matadipati. He is doing it.
Oh, Pejawar of Karnataka.
The next 40 days program, every day he is doing the Homa and Yagna.
Mandala Puja.
Mandala Puja, correct.
I see.
So only what God captured as the highlight was the Prana Pratisthana, but the pre and the post, there are a lot of activities that are going on.
Yeah, lots are going on. And that's why I was somewhat surprised by some of the Shankaracharyas making some statements they need not have made, is what I felt. But anyway, so Sri Rama Ayodhya was a big milestone in in this post-independent India. I think that's a big one. So we all can keep that in mind and even visit Ayodhya. We visit so many places, people visit, and
30 lakh people have visited so far.
The fulcrum has to shift from Taj Mahal to Ayodhya. How about that? How would that be?
Gaurav Pradhan says a different thing. The fulcrum will shift from Vatican and Mecca to Ayodhya. That is what they are afraid of.
Okay. That would be nice.
Taj Mahal has gone on the back burner long back. Modi has already done that. No, he doesn't talk about Taj Mahal. And Yogi says, our representation is not Taj Mahal. Our representation are our temples. A Muslim cannot represent India, he says.
Yeah, Adityanath is good.
Narayanji, the person, the trustee is Govinda Devgiri. That Swamiji who spoke, Govinda Devgiri.
Correct.
I don't know which Matha he's the Peethadipati of.
Govinda Devgiri. Okay. Remember. All right. Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.